Aloha from Kona. I'm Coach Morgan Hoffman with Playtri, the official triathlon store of Ironman, and I am here today with Quintanaru athlete Jocelyn McCauley. Jocelyn, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I was super excited to interview Jocelyn because she is from Texas. Grew up in College Station.
Howdy, y'all.
I love it. And Jocelyn actually had a running background growing up. Would you be willing to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I loved running in elementary school, and we had this thing called road runners where we would they just put us out for PE class, and they made us run laps around this field.
Awesome.
And I would beat all the boys, and so I thought I was so good.
Yes.
So good, right? I can beat an elementary school. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so then my sister did cross country in junior high, and I had to beat her. So,
of course.
Because we're competitive sisters, ridiculous.
Right.
And so had to do that. So we ran cross country, track and field in junior high, high school, and then went to college on a scholarship. So yeah.
And how did you find triathlon?
Yeah, so I did my last year of eligibility at University of Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I got injured there pretty bad. And my sister started doing these things called Ironman, where you would work out all day, and I thought it was the most stupid idea ever. She was telling me about some of her training days. She was like, yeah, I got this 6-hour bike ride, and then I have an hour run off. I'm like, you have what? That's my training for the week. That much time or whatever. Yeah, so I was like, this sounds like a stupid, horrible idea. And I remember some of the training she was like, no, that's not what you need to do. As I'm a triathlon coach or whatever. Anyway, but I would go and support her at these races. She did St. George a couple of times. It was a full. That was her first full.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. It was so fun to watch though, and Louisville, and I just loved the atmosphere of these races.
Yeah.
It's so electrifying.
Yeah.
If any of the audience has been to one,
Absolutely.
It's just amazing, and you're like, I have to be part of this. Just once, I have to be part of this. And so I was like, I'll do a half. I figured that was the same thing, really, And so I did a half about 10 and a half weeks after I had my daughter.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And did that, liked it, and then was like, okay, well, that wasn't a real triathlon. Because I didn't get my special needs bags. I really wanted the special needs bags for some reason. I don't understand why. But I was like, I have to have the special needs bags, so I have to do a full. And so I signed up. Yeah. And so I signed up for Texas 2014, and that was my first full.
And not an easy full, by any means. I guess it's relative.
Yeah, Texas isn't too bad. It was the old bike course, which is so beautiful.
Yes,
it wasn't
nice.
A highway.
Yeah.
It was actually a really nice, beautiful bike course, out in the countryside. It had rolling hills.
It does, yeah.
It had, you don't think of it, but Texas has hills.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it was 3,000 feet or maybe 3,500 feet of elevation. But still, it's a solid amount.
It is.
And then that run course is by far, I've done Ironmans around the world, and that's my favorite run course on the circuit.
What do you love about it?
So many people out.
Yeah.
There's so many people, and so you go and you run around in the neighborhood area, which is a little bit deader, but it's actually there's a lot more people out there now than there have been in the past. And then on the waterway, there's Catapult Corner, there's Hippie Hollow, there's the Moxie Group. There's a lot of fun sections of that course, where you have that big boost and running along the waterway, it's just there's so many people, and it's just it's magical.
It's good energy. It's for sure.
That's the best. I should say that has the most energy out of any other Ironman.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, so one place that you have been super successful now is New Zealand.
Yes.
And you went and you won in 2016 Ironman New Zealand.
Yes.
And then you made a little bit of a coaching shift in 2018, and you came back and you won again this year.
Yes.
Would you mind talking to me a little bit about why you love New Zealand?
Why would you not love New Zealand? I think that's the better question.
It's a valid answer.
There's what is there not to love? There's nothing poisonous. There's amazing food. The people are some of the nicest, loving people I have ever met.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's a stranger, and they're like, "Oh, come home with me. Come have dinner." Why not? I'm like, okay. It's just they're very giving, and they're very my home is your home type of people.
Yes.
I mean, I think the best way to describe New Zealand also is just pure.
Yeah.
And so when the attack in Christchurch happened, my heart, and I'm sure lots of people's hearts, just broke over that. And I think it was because obviously it was a horrific tragedy, but it was because it was also in New Zealand, where it's just pure. There's just purity there, and there's just tranquility and peace. And it's just, I mean, I think it's a lot like how I feel about Hawaii. I step foot in Hawaii, or I step foot in New Zealand, and I'm like, I have that feeling of like just calm, peace, and I'm home. Like this just feels right. Like, I don't know, islands. I just love islands.
That's awesome. So you did make a little bit of a coaching shift in 2018, and I know going into Ironman New Zealand, you had to have a lot of trust in the new process you were following, because I think you made some really big adjustments to nutrition and bike fit. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I made some massive. So I remember we talked in December. Me and his name is Bevan McKinnon of Fitter Radio, and so we talked in December because I was there for the half in Chalco, and so we talked then, and I was like, let me talk to other coaches just to make sure that we're the right fit. So I did, and then I was like, I'm a very religious person too, so I prayed about it and everything, and I really kept getting directed towards him. And so I was like, okay, and when I told him that, it was bad, because he's like, oh, I'm sent by God. I'm like, oh no. You're going to have a God complex about this.
He's a guy, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, so we started in January, right after Christmas, and he's a more like moderate to low carb, higher fat kind of diet type of person. And so like it was a big change, because before I was probably averaging between, 400 to 500 grams of carbs per day. I mean, I have a lot of training to support with that. But then afterwards, like it's probably with him and Mickey Willadin, who works with closely as a nutritionist. And then it was more like 200 to 250 per day. I mean, that's like, I'm talking about like averaging for the week of training, because like then there's some days that are like under 100, because I don't train on Sundays. So like that's you don't need many carbs.
I love that you give yourself a day off. That's awesome.
Fully off. Don't do anything triathlon. So it's amazing.
Days off are good.
Days off once a week. It's
okay. You can be a pro and have a day off.
And I heard an interview with not Tim O'Donnell, Andy Potts. And he does pretty much one day off a week as well. So anyway, back to my coaching change. So the nutrition part of it was the biggest part. We also did fasted training, which was new to me and was horrific. I mean, I say that now, but like I go and wake up today, and it's very sweet. I woke up today and I just went and swam, and I went on a ride, and I'm like, oh, I need breakfast. It's like a totally different shift now, 10 months down the road. But anyway, so back then, I remember I was on this bike ride, and it was a fasted ride, because it was like the first session of the day is always fasted. So it was a fasted ride, and I'm in my garage doing this ride, and it had efforts in it. And I mean, we're like, 6 or 7 weeks out from Ironman New Zealand at this point, and I am not hitting what I feel like I should hit. And I messaged Bevan, and I'm like, this is stupid. What are we doing? This is a horrific idea. Like, why are we sacrificing?
Did he say, remember, I'm sent by God?
No, he should have. No, what he said, I was like, this is horrible. Like, we have a race in like 6-7 weeks. Why are we sacrificing this workout for? And he said, no, you're just being a perfectionist. You need to change that. Which then I was offended, because I'm in this fasting mindset too, right?
Because you also haven't eaten.
Yes.
Which is never a good way to make claims about any good woman.
No. No. Well, when I started doing all this, my husband said, you are not allowed to talk to me or text me or call me while you're doing fasting.
That's a valid rule.
It is a valid rule. It was good. It was a needed rule as well. So, but anyway, we had to talk through all of that, and things are like good on that front now, meaning like I can do faster training, I can do lower carbohydrate, moderate carbohydrate diet and be okay, and like I don't feel like I'm restricting myself or anything, because like my metabolic efficiency has changed.
Yeah.
And I didn't like. I remember when you're in the depths of it, like those first, really honestly, those first like 4 or 5 weeks, really, even like 4 weeks, like I was like, this is stupid, this is horrible, like this is not going to change. Like, and I remember several conversations with Bevan saying like, you know, why are we trying to change this? We started 10 weeks before New Zealand together.
Yeah.
I was like, we have 10 weeks. We have 10 weeks. You're really saying this is going to change in 10 weeks? And like, this is, you know, I was like, okay, we need a deadline on this. So if things have not, if I do not feel better, then we're going back to like my old ways, and then we can try it after New Zealand. Yeah. And so he, being the smart man, said, okay, like that's what you need mentally, like February 1st. And if it hasn't changed, but he knew that it would. And so we had a 5-hour fasted ride with a 40-minute run off. Yeah. Completely fasted. That was like, I don't know, the very end of January. Yeah. And I did it no problems. And I was like, what have you done to me? That was a very long answer, but yes.
No, that's amazing. and so you're riding Quintana-Roo. How long have you been riding with them for?
Since I started.
Since the beginning?
The beginning. I did my first Kona in 2014 as an age grouper. Yeah. On my very first Quintana-Roo bike.
What kind of Quintana-Roo were you on then?
It was a CBO1.
Oh, nice. And that was...
They don't even make them anymore.
That was a good bike in 2014.
It was a solid bike. Yeah. I loved that thing. I got it 3 weeks before Kona. So I guess I did my first full Ironman, but it was on a road bike. So I don't count that as like a... Because it wasn't a tri-bike.
Which is also impressive.
It had like clip-on tri-bars on it. Like,
nice.
So I had like tri-bars on it. But
awesome.
It still has tri-bars in my garage on it too.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so then I got my Quintana-Roo 3 weeks before Kona, and I fell in love with it.
That's
and
awesome.
I mean, was able to do a great race.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I mean, the people there, like I think the company, the people of the company speak a lot, and this like customer service of the company speak a lot for the company. Yeah. And there's by far nothing better than Quintana-Roo. And I mean, I was out there on my bike just doing a recovery ride this morning. Yeah. On the Queen K. I just have this massive grin because I just love riding my bike. I mean, you need to like look at your bike and be like, why am I not riding that?
Yeah, be excited to get out there. I totally agree. And are you, what are you on right now? What model?
The PR6.
The PR6. Anything specific about it that you just really love?
Yeah, I love the integrated like flat pack in the back. The Q box is what they call it. I absolutely love that. I love that I need 2 Allen keys to take it apart or put it together.
Oh, amen to that.
Like, how amazing can that be, right? Anyway, and I love my nutrition pouch on the front that they make, like perfectly designed, and like it's like beautifully all integrated. Like the cabling is all integrated into the stem, and then like goes right into that like nutrition pack and everything. It's just it's a beautiful, it's a sleek, beautiful, very aerodynamic bike.
Awesome. Well, so we've got a lot of people racing this weekend. Any tips for first timers on the course?
Enjoy it. Like, I remember I came here as an age grouper with the #1 goal to just smile and love it. Like, and really.
Oh, I love that.
Like, if you're enjoying it, like, you're going to be having a good race. Yeah. But, I mean, you have to qualify that with, well, what does it mean to enjoy this course? And, like, what is that going to be for you? Well, I have to execute my nutrition plan. Yep. I have to execute my pacing plan. Yes. And then smile. Like, and then you're going to have fun, you know? And that's what I've done, you know? When I've done well, I always say if I'm smiling, I'm having a good race. Yeah. Because it's just true. I'll be smiling out there on October 12th. But I think the only other thing that I would say is really stay on top of your nutrition. Yes. Your hydration. If you're not, if you come off that bike hydrated, your marathon is over before it started. Yeah. So, like absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Great advice. Well, thank you so much for sharing some time with us. Yeah. Good luck on Saturday. And to those of you back home, aloha, and thank you for listening.